Thursday night, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, and I hope you guys are ready to do some card making with the Unbounded Beauty Suite in our new annual catalog. Now, I did work with this suite a little bit last week, I think it was, doing some sketches, showing you how to use some sketches and I had a lot of leftover pieces because I had done a mini album with this designer series paper. So anyway, let me just show it to you in the catalog. So it is on page 55. This is what I call a mega suite because it has like 2 bundles. It has the Flowers of Beauty bundle and the Unbounded Love bundle. Plus it has designer series paper, plus specialty paper, plus the resin dots. Now I am going to tell you guys, if you go in and you try to put in this suite number, it's going to tell you it's unavailable right now because when it's a suite, if there's one thing missing from the suite, then it will tell you it's currently unavailable. And the thing that's missing are these resin dots. But you can get the glimmer paper, you can get the DSP, and you can get the bundles right now. So just wanted to put that up there for you, but there it is. It's the Unbounded Beauty Suite. That is the number. It is currently unavailable because of those resin dots. I also want to put up for you, just in case you want to write this down, on page 55, it has the Flowers of Beauty bundle. And then we also have the Unbounded Love bundle, and there's the item number for that as well. So while we're waiting for people to get on, let me just go over what I call housekeeping. So for those of you that will be placing orders with me this month, there is the hostess code that I would like you to use. You can order through me at juliebrown.stampinup.net. And you can also reach out and email me at that email address. And you guys are either watching me on Facebook or YouTube right now. So if it's Facebook, it's Julie's Creative Stamping. YouTube's a little bit different because it's juliebrown.Julie's Creative Stamping. You've got to put that dot in there. And then my blog or website is juliescreativestamping.com. Also, if you're new to watching live videos, if you guys have a question or if you want to let me know you're here, you can just type all of that in the comments and it will come up on my screen, hopefully. And I will be able to answer hopefully any questions. So let's talk about what we are doing tonight. So tonight it's called a craft along. So how this works is anybody who places an order with me either the week of or the week after I do my live video, if you place an order of $40 or more, you are going to get all of the cards you see me making tonight. You will get all of the pre-cut kits sent to you for free. So, but you have to place a $40 order with me to get that, but then you will have those for free. Then you can come back, watch this video, and you will be able to walk along and make these cards exactly as they are. Now, let's say you don't have one of the bundles. Let's say you don't have one of the stamp sets. That's fine because you can use what you have at home. And again, just craft along with me while you're going. Okay, I'm still waiting for people to get on, so let me go ahead and let me cover the join special right now. So for anyone who's been thinking about joining Stampin' Up, this is a great time to do it. The starter kit special is phenomenal. So you pay $99, you get to pick $125 worth of product, and right now you also get this in color bundle. So you're going to get the stamp pads, the designer series paper, the cardstock, and the Stampin' Right markers. And so basically you're going to be getting $207 worth of product for $99. So it is a great offer right now. So if you have any questions about joining, you can just send me, you can either put it in the comment that you'd like me to reach out to you, or again, it's Julie's Creative Stampin' without the G at gmail.com. So you can always reach out to me there. So while we're waiting, I also want to announce my next upcoming class. Now this class is a little bit different. It is called a class to go. And what this means is that we are going to be making some masculine cards in June. And so it tells you right there what's included. You're going to get a goodie bag with about $27 worth of products. Hey, Mel. You're going to get pre-cut card kits with all the pieces that you need to make the cards. You're going to get a free PDF tutorial with step-by-step instructions. You're also going to get a link to a pre-recorded video so that you can go back and watch it anytime. I will be doing this live on June 12th, but if you can't be there June 12th, you will have a link to that video, plus free shipping for you. So anyway, that is called Class to Go. It will be shipped out to you before I do the live on the 12th. But if that's something you think you might be interested in, again, reach out and let me know, and I can send you the link to register for that. And actually, probably when I'm done with the live tonight, I will be putting those links in both of these videos. So look in the comments or look in the description later today. All right, so let's get busy. Let me see which one I need to... I've got so many like cameras going right now. So Mel, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so again, we're working with the Unbounded Beauty. And so for those of you that may have already placed an order and you've already got this kit, this is the one that you need to be pulling out with all of this stuff in it. Okay, for those of you that haven't placed an order with me this month, but you're planning on it, you have to get that order in before May 20th to be able to get these 4 card kits, okay? And basically, this is everything that you're gonna get in the kit, is all the parts and pieces to put it together. But I'm just gonna walk you through how to make this card. All right. So we are going to start with let me just walk you through. So you have 2 4x5 1/4 whisper white piece, whisper white, here I go again, basic white. You're also going to have a basic white piece that is 2.5 by 3.5. You're going to have these 2 glimmer sheets in your packet, and then you're going to have a piece of the Shy Shamrock that is 3 by 4. All right, so let's get some of our stamping done first. And actually, I think we've got it for this one. We have to do the die cutting first, and you'll figure that out in a second. The other thing I am using on this particular card is the Nested Essentials dies, and it tells you what page those are on, the price, and the item number for those. So I am using those as well for this particular card. All right, let me get back to the screen. Oh, I'm there. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to take, first you're going to take your white piece like this. You're going to take it over the die cut machine, and let me get my camera over there for you real quick. So here we are at the die cut machine. And what we're going to do is we need, out of these Nested Essential dies, we need the smallest one, but we're going to need 2 of those. But we're also going to need, out of the Unbounded Love dies, we're going to need this larger circle right here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that, and I'm going to put this. I may not have given myself enough room here. We'll see. I may have to get it. So mental note, send you guys a bigger piece of paper. I forgot I needed 2 of these. So your kit will have a bigger piece of paper. But we're going to go ahead and run these 2 through, and then I'll come back and I'll run that other label. Okay, so we're running that through the die cut machine, and we're just going to pick these 2 pieces up, and I'm going to set them over on my desk, and then I'm going to grab another piece of scrap white. I should have a kabillion of them. All right, here we go. And while I'm doing this one, I'm going to go ahead and bring in, and you guys will need to do the same thing if you're crafting along with me. You're going to want to bring in the next biggest Nested Essentials die, and you're going to bring in the Shy Shamrock piece, and I'm going to be cutting 2 of these as well. We're going to get all this die cutting done, and then we'll be able to put the card together. Alrighty. Now, when you do the class to goes, those are a little bit different. The class to goes, you're going to get everything pre-cut for you. So even the dies and everything are going to be pre-cut for you. All right, so I'm going to need this one, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in my Petunia Pop Glimmer. And this time I'm using the Flowers of Beauty dies. And I'm going to use these two strips right here. And we're going to cut both of those out at the same time. So we're just going to lay that on there so that they cut. Now, if you have, sorry, I'm coming at this at a different angle that I'm used to seeing when I'm sitting here die cutting, and so bear with me. So we're just going to push that down to catch it. We're going to run that through. There we go. So there's that other nested essentials label die. And then we need to get all of these out of here. Actually, I'm going to pick that up like that and get all these little pieces. I'm just going to lay that down on my desk, and we'll look at it in a second over there. The other thing that we need to cut while we're over here cutting is we're going to put in the Shy Shamrock Glimmer paper, and we're going to take this biggest die, the leaf die, out of the Flowers of Beauty. And again, guys, if you're new here, you can ask questions. You can let me know you're here. But if you have any questions, just make sure you type those into the comments, whether you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube. I didn't have to run that backwards, but I just did because it was a little easier for me to grab. All right. So I'm just going to take all this over to my desk, and then we'll switch back over to my desk view. And then I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool, and we're just going to pop all of these little flowers out so that I have them all. So there are larger flowers and then the smaller ones. Let's see if we can pull them up. No, they're going to stick in the die, but it cuts quite a few of the flowers, and we're not going to use all of the big flowers, but you do get quite a few flowers when you do this. All right, so let me just get all these out, and then we will be almost ready to stamp and put this card together. Now, I know I may be going faster than you guys go, but again, that's why you can come back and watch this video later once you get your card kits, and you can pause it and make me slow down. All right, let me get all of this out of here. All right, I'm just going to make sure all the little pieces came out. Sometimes the best way to look is look on the back side, because sometimes you can't see all those little pieces. Like I didn't see that little tiny piece right there. All righty. All right, so now we've got all of our little pieces and parts. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Shy Shamrock stamp pad. Sorry, let me turn so I can get a little more light over here. All right. And so I am going to use from the Unbounded Love. This is the one that has all the sentiments in it. This is the one that has all the flowers. That's why they are a perfect match. So I'm going to get the one that says Love, and we are going to ink that up. And then we are just going to stamp that right in the middle of that die cut circle. Then we're going to clean that off with our chamois. I know, isn't that glimmer paper beautiful? And it's in the in colors. So yeah, I like it too. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to, let me go ahead and stamp the sentiment for the inside while I've got this here. So on the front, it says love, and then on the inside, it's going to say makes the world go round. Now, you can add a congratulations to this. You can add a happy birthday. You can add a thank you. So this particular card could be birthday, congratulations, thank you, happy anniversary. Just with those two sentiments, then you can add another sentiment. So that would be perfect. Okay, so for the front of this, what I want to do is I'm going to bring in, so out of this set here, I'm just going to use this image right here. And what I'm going to do is, in the instructions, it tells you that we are first, second, and third generation stamping. So let's talk about what that means. So that means here's my first generation, fully inked. Then I'm going to go ahead and ink it again. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink it again. And then that gives me the first, second, and third generation. Okay, same thing. I'm going to come over here. All right, and then I'm going to come back here with the second generation, come back here with the third generation. And what I want to do here is I want some second generations down here. So I'm just going to stamp off on both of those. So I get those in there. And then I just want to put a little darker one right there. Okay, that's all we needed for that. So let's go ahead and close up that ink, clean this up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put it onto our Petunia Pop card base. So our in colors are very much bright colors this time. And for those of you that know me, you guys know I kind of lean towards earth tones, neutrals, regals. But I've really been having a good time playing with these new in colors, and I'm actually enjoying them. And the most important thing for me is it's getting me outside my box, right? All right. So the next thing that we're going to do, one of the things I was kind of wanting to teach everybody with these labels is, I think any time that we see label dies, immediately we think that we have to stamp something inside of them to use them on a card. Well, I've got a couple cards today where I am doing some labels, but we're just going to be using them as decoration, basically, for the card. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this first one, and I'm using my Stampin' Sale Plus, and I'm just going to take this one, and it's going to go about right there. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my second one. And this one is going to overlap the first one because I kind of want the same amount of space right and left. Whoops. And you guys will have to bear with me. My allergies are horrible today. And so my eyes have this like film over them. So it's really hard for me to see right now. Everything is completely blurry. Okay, now you guys notice I didn't put adhesive sheets on the back of this. So I want to show you a really fun way, and I've done this a couple of times recently. This is a really good way to ink up your detailed dies. You just put a little bit of your liquid glue on a silicone craft sheet. I am just going to grab one of my glue sponges because these are for glue. I'm going to lay this face down on my silicone mat. And then I am just going to dab on the glue. Now you don't want this to move because then you'll get glue on the front of it. And then look how easy this goes down. It's like it has a silicone. I mean, it's like it has a, yeah, I can't speak today. Sorry, I'm trying to focus. So you can see that when you add the glue to the back of it like that, it just lays itself right down. So how fun is that? All right. So now I'm going to come in with the little flowers that have the holes, and the bigger ones don't have the holes in the middle. And for these, I'm not going to use that other method because I just want to get some glue on these petals, and this isn't that hard to do. So I'm just going to take this, and then I'm just going to lay these flowers down where I want them. And again, I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue. And then I'm just trying to figure out where I think a flower should be. And then I'm just going to hold that down. And don't forget, with our liquid glue, it does give us what we call wiggle room, meaning it doesn't like hold tight right away. So sometimes, especially when you're gluing onto something that has some texture on it like this, sometimes you do have to kind of hold it in place for a hot second so that you are able to get it to stay in place. So just be a little bit patient when you're working with glimmer paper, and just make sure you just kind of hold it in place a little bit. Okay, we're working on our next one. We got quite a few little flowers from this little die, from when we die cut that out, so that was kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna maybe put one right here. And then what I want to do before I put the last two on, I am going to be popping this little guy up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop him up with some dimensionals just so I know where it's going to be. That way I'm not completely covering up one of those beautiful little flowers. So I'm just going to put like 3 dimensionals on the back of this. And we are going to bring this in about right there. Okay, so now I can see where I can put a couple more flowers. So again, I'm just coming in with that liquid glue, and we're going to put one kind of right there. Whoopsie. And then I think I'll put maybe one over here. See if I like that. And again, you know, when you're doing this at home, you can put your flowers wherever you want to put them. It's what makes you happy. All right. I'm going to kind of move these out of the way a little bit. Oopsie. So the other thing that I did ahead of time was these are our rhinestone jewels, and I went ahead and colored them in with the Shy Shamrock blends. Now these do have a little hard time holding on, especially when you're using the putty end. And so what I have decided to do is go ahead and put a little dab of glue right in the middle of all of these flowers. And I think I'm going to have to end up, I don't think I have enough of these. And I'm going to use the sharp point end of my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm just going to lay that down on there and just push it down. And again, this is going to be one that you're going to want to let set just a little bit, just because you want this glue to dry so that everything stay. That was good. I just put that completely upside down in the glue. All right. And now it's stuck to my hand. Let's try this again. Come on, you can do it. When my hand gets glue on it, then it always wants to stick to my hand. All right, so let's get this next one. And lay that one down. And then we're going to get this next one. Now this particular card, some of you probably, if you were at my class this week, You're saying, hey, that looks familiar, because we did do this one in my in-person class this week. So for those of you that don't live here, and if you feel like you're missing out on my classes, this is why I have started this craft along, so that you don't have to be living here in Farmington to craft along with me. I'm going to go ahead and color one more of these, just kind of show you how I did that. And I just used the dark shamrock, and we're just going to color one of these. This is our blends. These are our Stampin' Blends, and I'm just going to color one of those because I need another one. And I don't think I put the glue in place. But yeah, so if you're not living here in Farmington, but you still want to craft along with me and make some cards with me, you can do so. I do know that this is kind of late for some of you that are back east, but again, you can still do the get the order put in, and then I can mail these to you, the card kits to you. Oh, that's the finger that had the glue on it, of course. And then you can come back and watch this video and get your cards put together. But you will have the kits to make this exact card. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm going to tie a bow. Now, those of you that, again, if you've ever placed an order with me, you should have this bow maker, because everyone who places an order with me for the first time gets one of these bow makers. So we're going to show you again how it works. So we're working around these two small legs. So I'm going to wrap it around that. And then I'm going to go through the center of the two small legs. I have given myself way more ribbon than I need. Okay, so I wrapped it around. I came up through the top. Now I'm pulling it around the bottom. I'm still between the two legs. And then I'm just going to pull this over and tie it. And voila, we have a bow. Okay, so now I'm going to bring some mini glue dots in. And again, I'm probably going to double up on them because we're working with glimmer paper here. And so I'm going to put one on that side of the little leg and then one on this side. All right, and then for this bow, I actually want it to go straight out, right and left, not down. So I'm going to push that down, and then I'll come in with my paper snips or ribbon snips. And I'm just going to cut that one and then cut that one. All right, and then for this one, while this is drying, to finish this off, we are going to bring in 3 of those bigger flowers, and we're just going to put those in this bottom right hand corner over here. Because, you know, we don't want to waste these, right? They're so pretty. It's like sparkly pretty. Yay. Alrighty. So then there's that. And then we're going to come in with the next one. And stick that down. I'm going to put my lid back on that so it doesn't dry out. And then we're just going to flip this over. Put some Stampin' Sale Plus on it. And people, we are done with our first card. Whoop, whoop. Not too shabby. All righty. So there you go. All right, so it says love. Can you guys see the glimmer and the shine? So pretty. It says love makes the world a better place. And like I said, you could put happy anniversary, happy birthday, congratulations, just thank you. Any of those would work with this card. So very versatile card. So card 1 is done. All right, so now we're going to work on card 2. Now card 2, we are going to be doing some heat embossing. That was one of the things I had listed for what you're going to see tonight. So we're going to do some heat embossing. So for those of you that are joining me that are new to stamping, I hope you will continue to join my classes as we do these craft alongs, because this is how you learn, and this is how you learn our terminology. I know sometimes we sound like we're speaking a foreign language, but we're not. But this is how you learn, is by watching and asking questions. So if you're live with me, please make sure you can slow me down and say, hey, I did not understand what you just said. Okay, so this is what you should have gotten in your second kit. And so you should have gotten the peach pie, a basic white, and then the designer series paper, peach pie, another designer series paper. Here's the peach pie glimmer. Can I get an ooh-ah, ooh-ah on that one? And then these other two little pieces here. All right. So we're going to get as much of this put together as we can, and then we'll get back over to the die cut machine and we'll get that die cut. So we are going to, and look how pretty this side is too. That is the issue with double-sided paper. We usually like both sides, right? Alrighty, so here we go. So this is going to go on here like this. Then we're going to come in with this piece, and we're going to get the other, thanks Mel, ooh ah, ooh ah. Then we're going to come in with our, and look how pretty that side is. We're going to come in with our other piece of designer series paper. And I mean, it's amazing how pretty these cards are and how quick they go together. That is the benefit of when you purchase a suite, or you purchase stuff that has where everything coordinates together. Everything just lays together much better. Okay, never mind. That's not going to come back up. So we're just going to have to deal with it. I usually don't push it down until I make sure it's where I want it. Okay, then this is going to just kind of fit in the middle right there. Like so. Now, again, guys, remember, if you have this kit, but you do not have these bundles, and you have these glimmer pieces, just cut some leaves that you have. Just do what you have at home and make it work with that, okay? So now let's go over, and we're going to be using the Flowers of Beauty dies. And we used this one last time. Sorry, let me get all these back where they go, just so it makes more sense to you when you're looking at it. So we just got through using this one. Now we're going to use this smaller one. And we are going to go cut. Oh, Shanine, you had a hard time finding me tonight. Well, I hope that isn't because I'm both on Facebook and YouTube, so I'm not sure which one you're at. All right. So again, let's go over to the die cut machine, and we are going to run this die through. So again, guys, for those of you that got these card kits because of placing the order with me, I don't always cut the dies out for you, because I really don't know what sets you have, especially if you don't have this particular set. But you're going to have the paper. You're going to be able to cut out whatever you want from this paper. Okay, so again, just like I told you last time, we are going to flip it over. And now this time I can see a bunch of them that didn't come out. So I'm just going to kind of run my take your pick tool over these. All right. Yeah, this is my craft along night. And so what that means is, again, I know I keep saying this, but everyone keeps asking me, what is this? So this is where if you place an order with me, so if you place an order with me last week, you would have been shipped these card kits. So if you place an order of $40 or more with me, you get the card kits for free. And you only have until the 20th to get these particular card kits. So we're going to go back and use our silicone matte sheet. Why do I call it that? Silicone craft sheet. Wow. I feel like I'm speaking in tongues or something tonight. What the heck? Okay, so you're going to take your sponge, you're going to dab that up, and then you're just going to push that on there. And I am now seeing 2 more little pieces that I left in there. That was one of them. And there's the other one. All right, so we're going to move this out of the way. And oh, I wasn't ready for that yet. Okay, I may have to redo that one. I forgot I needed to cut one more thing. So out of the Unbounded Love dies, I need to cut this label right here. It's a stitched label. So we're going to do that out of this white piece. So bear with me. I may have to put some more adhesive on that. We'll see if it's probably drying too fast. But let me run that through. And then we're going to flip back over to our table. And I'm just going to put some seal on this to try to get this down really quick. So this is going to go right in the center. So again, I'm trying to teach you guys how you can use these labels. Oh good, it's still sticky. You can use these labels for decoration. You don't just have to use them to stamp things in. Okay, so look how easy that detailed die goes down. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of embossing. So if you guys have never embossed before, this is what we call heat embossing. We have a thing called an embossing additions toolkit. I highly suggest that you get that if you're going to do a lot of embossing. So we're going to bring in some things here. And so the additions kit comes with the tray. It comes with this embossing buddy. It also comes with 2 like tweezers or to hold on to it. Now mine are down at my studio in Albuquerque. Because as you guys know, I spend part of my time taking care of my mother down there. So I've had to split some of my stuff to 2 different places. So anyway, you run that embossing buddy over that, and then you're going to come in with Versamark ink. And we are going to stamp You're a True Blessing. So the key to embossing well, make sure you do the embossing buddy. Make sure that when you're inking up your stamp, you're not pushing it way down in there. You just want to tap and get a good covering of this sticky ink. Okay, then when you stamp, you want to go straight down, put a little bit of pressure in the center, and come straight back up. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but you can kind of see that you have gotten some coverage there. And it's really important to look and see if the image stamped well. So then we're going to come in with our white embossing powder. And I do a little flick off the first time, but then I usually put it on it one more time, and then I don't flick off as heavily the second time. So I don't flick it with my hand as hard the second time around. So I'm going to bring in my tweezers since I do not have the ones that come with the kit. And then we're going to be using the heat tool. I'm going to let this warm up a little bit and kind of push it away from me so it's not horribly loud. But that's another key to getting a good heat emboss on what you're doing, is to let it heat up for just a bit so that it's nice and hot. And then you're going to take it and you're just going to start on one side, and as soon as you see it changing, boom, you're done. It's that quick, guys. I see a lot of people that keep it on there for too long, and it ends up almost going translucent. So it's just as soon as you see it changing, And as soon as all of it has changed from a matte finish to a shiny finish, can you guys see it shiny? Then you know you're done. So what we did with this one, we're just going to fussy cut this out. So again, you know, if some of you are trying to craft along with me and I am going too fast, don't worry. As soon as I'm off of this live, it'll be available for you to do the replay. All right. Yes, there are refills for the Versamark. They are in our catalog, Shanine. So yes, you can get refills. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick little fussy cut on that one. I'm going to come in with some liquid glue. Well, that was good. And then I'm just going to take this one and I'm going to set this right there by the bottom of that leaf. And I'm going to try to come in and clean up where I just got that glue, because if I don't, I will be setting something right in the glue, because you know that's how I roll. Okay, so for the, and that's what I just did over here. All right, sorry, I got to get that out of my way. All right, so I'm going to actually bring in a silicone mat to cover that I don't have glue on. And we're just going to lay this on here to get my stamping. So this time, again, these are from the Flowers of Beauties. And so it's got the detailed one and the solid one. So the detailed stamp, I always stamp when I am doing two-step stamping. This is just my policy. I always do the detailed one first. So two-step stamping, if you're new to stamping, just means that you're going to have a detail shape like this one. And then this one is the solid that fills it. It's kind of like it's the filler for this. And that one I'm going to do in Peach Pie. And one of the tricks to two-step stamping, let me go ahead and clean this if I can figure out where I've put my chamois. All right. You're going to get to see a lot of two-step stamping tonight. Okay, so what I do is I have two little leaves here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me bring it closer. There are two little leaves that are not completely connected. So those are going to be my guidepost for when I am stamping over the top. So I'm going to ink this up, and then I am going to find those two leaves or petals. And then I'm just going to lay that down on top of that. Now this is not meant to completely fill it up because if you notice, this stamp has some open parts as well. But then we're going to just stamp that like that. And this says you're a true blessing. And so I'm just going to do a happy birthday in this one. So this is going to be a happy birthday. Again, you could do a thank you, but I just happen to have happy birthday already on a block. So that's what we're doing. Alrighty. So this, again, if you guys are new to stamping, this is called our chamois. It's just water. You rinse it out when you're done, but it's what cleans the stamps. Okay, so now I can just turn this over. And this is going to go into this card. And then we are going to, I do have some of those resin dots. They are out of stock right now, but we're going to bring in some of those resin dots. I say I had them. I had them sitting here. Haha. I have them. And these are in the, these are all the new ones that are in the catalog. Oh, hey, Janet, you joined us. All right. So like I said, some of these ladies have already seen this card because they made it in my card class. If you missed the card class and you are wanting these card kits, again, if you place a $40 order with me, then I will send you these kits with everything cut and ready for you to put together. And then you can just come back and watch this video. This is my new craft along. So people who have placed orders with me are now getting card kits so that they can craft along with me. All right. So what do you guys think? You're a true blessing. Happy birthday. Okay. Card 2 done. Let's move on to card 3. Now card 3, I decided that I really wanted to do some stamping. Because I think sometimes when we get all of the, we call them shiny objects, right? When we get all of the shiny objects, we sometimes forget that we can just stamp and make beautiful cards. So I needed a sympathy card. And so I'm using Blackberry Bliss. Again, this is what, for those of you that have the kits and are crafting along with me, this is what you should have in this 3rd card kit. Alrighty. So for this one, oh, I did forget. I knew I was forgetting to put one on. It was so funny. I was getting all these set up and I'm like, I think I'm forgetting to put these on blocks. And sure enough, I did. So hold on. I am basically today, I am using every single stamp. You're going to get to see every single stamp except for the center of the Flowers of Beauty set used tonight, because I'm using them all. So I apologize for not already having those on blocks. Oh, that's because I'm sorry. I did not use the detailed one. So never mind. Or did I? No, I didn't. Okay. So what I'm doing with this one is I'm going to come in with Mossy Meadow. So I'm kind of going away from those bright colors because, again, I want you guys to see, you know, make these your own. Make these cards your own. Do the colors that you want to do them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ink that up, and I'm just going to start in this top corner, and I'm going to come in at an angle with that particular stamp. Then I'm going to kind of put one right in the middle, and then I'm going to hit it again down here in this corner. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so you just want to do that at an angle. And if you don't have Mossy Meadow ink, you can use whatever color. If you want to make this a bright one and not a sympathy, you can definitely use the in color inks for this. All right, so the next thing I'm doing is I'm coming in with black Memento ink, and I am coming in with this one is, I need to have the stamp set here for you guys to see. Now I'm using this stamp right here, and I am going to come in, and because my stamp is almost bigger than my ink pad, I am going to just turn this over and try to get this placed the best that I can. There really isn't an exact spot to put those, and so I'm just getting them inked up the best that I can. And they're really hard to see over the Mossy Meadow anyway. So I'm just kind of looking at where I think those flowers might be. And I know this is really hard to see, but just hold on. Yeah, that is true. You know, that's a good thing to have, Shanine. Shanine's saying that she needs to get more clear blocks so that her stamping goes faster. Definitely goes faster when you can put all of your stamps on blocks. So, and you're never going to go wrong investing in blocks. All right, so I'm going to clean that up. And then I'm going to bring in my Blackberry Bliss ink. And then remember this same one that I used on that first card where we kind of did the first, second, and third generation stamping. So now I'm just going to bring this in. And I'm going to make sure I get a good coverage of ink on that. And now I'm just going to cover those little flowers with the Blackberry Bliss ink. And what's funny is you can see these little flowers. They're hard to see when they're on the Mossy Meadow, but as soon as you put the Blackberry Bliss over the top of them, then you can actually see them. And I'll bring this closer so you can see what I'm talking about in just a second. All right. Let's see. Where are you? There you are. So can you guys see that when you get that Blackberry Bliss, then you can kind of see those black little flowers that I did. All right. So now I am going to come in. There is a smaller version of the black and basically these 2 steps. Again, we are 2-step stamping here. So if you're on here and you're new, 2-step stamping just means that you stamp something and then you're stamping something else pretty much over the top of it. The stamps are designed to do that. And so they do kind of fit in and over each other, but sometimes like these, this is more kind of a watercolor look. So it's not going to be like an exact, you know, it's not going to be like exactly stamping over the top of it, if that makes sense. So let me just get this all on here. Okay, done. So now I can clean this off, and then I'm going to come back in with that Blackberry Bliss. And we're going to go over the top. All right. Didn't like the way I stamped that. Because it's a clear stamp, I was able to go right back over the top of it. And you can tell I'm putting more pressure on the left side than I am the right side, and that's why I'm getting that little problem. So again, this is just using your stamps and your inks to make a really pretty design. Now you can imagine if I had used all the bright colors on this, it would have been, you know, it would have been stunning. It would have been super cute. But I was kind of wanting a more muted colors because I am looking to do a sympathy card. Okay, so there's that. And I think while I've got this out, I'm going to go ahead and do this inside one really fast. So bear with me. I just did a little bit of this leaf down here at the bottom. So I am just going to bring this in like that. And I think it's the stopping and cleaning the stamps that takes so long. But it is a necessity, right? We kind of need to clean them. That didn't clean very good. So, okay. And now I need this one and the black. Whoops. Let me just throw everything around here. All right. So again, I'm just coming in with those flowers and sticking them on there. Clean that up. Come in with these. Go over the flowers that I got on there. Clean that up. And then I've got that little piece right there that I wanted. All right, let me move these. Close all the ink before I stick my hand into the middle of it. All right, I'm gonna set these 2 to the side for just a hot second. So again, we're gonna do some more heat embossing. So I'm gonna walk you through those steps one more time, especially for you guys that are newer stampers. So you're gonna take your embossing buddy and you wanna make sure that you can kind of see the powder on there. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I've got the With Sympathy stamp. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I pulled that one out. Let me find it. With Sympathy. I don't think I did. Let me see. That one was hard for me to find originally anyway. There it is. With Sympathy. Okay. All right. So we'll just pull. What's one that I'm done with? This one. Okay. So we're just going to put that with sympathy. And remember what I said, when you are inking up your Versamark, you do not want to push hard into the ink. You just want to tap, tap, tap. And then I need this kind of right in the center because I am going to be die cutting this out. So I'm going down and then I'm pulling straight back up. I am going to look with my light and make sure I can see all of the letters, which I can. So that means that it will pick up the powder. Because, you know, a lot of it is just slowing yourself down and making sure that you can see what you've stamped. And I know it's hard because it is a clear stamp. Okay, but we're just going to pour that on there. Do my little flick trick. And then I'm going to do it one more time. And flick it again. Because I just want to make sure I have a good coverage of the powder. All right, so now we're going to heat up that heat tool. So bear with me while it gets a little bit loud. I'm going to let it get hot. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to start on one side. And as it starts to get shiny, I got to switch my hands because that got hot. And it happens that fast. Again, if you guys are starting to see where it looks like you've got clear or it's melted away, it's because you're leaving your heat tool on it way too long. So now we are going to come in with, this is what happens. I start setting stuff down and I lose stuff. I need the Unbounded Beauty dies. So we have all these beautiful dies that can go around sentiments or just go on a card. And I want to use this scalloped one because I just think it's pretty. So let's switch back over to the die cut machine. And we are going to run this through. The die cut machine. Always make sure you put your dies back on your back in your either in your envelope or where they go. Okay, so now I've got this. Okay, so now I'm ready to put this card together. Looks like we're going to run a little over time. I do apologize, but we are doing 4 cards tonight. Okay, so I am going to just do my stamp and seal. Put this on the front. Blackberry Bliss is actually one of my favorite colors. I liked Mary Merlot, but we don't have that one anymore. Oh boy, I was afraid of that. Oh, nope, I didn't lose it. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to have some ribbon on here, but it's going to go behind my sentiment. So what I'm going to do is I am going to come in with some mini glue dots, and I know that I want this to sit about right here. What Susie would do with the leftover cutouts. Shh. I'm not doing anything with them. Right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little glue dot like that, and then I'm just going to kind of weave this back and forth. So I'm just going to kind of turn it and have it come down right there. And then it's going to go back up one more time. So you want to give yourself plenty of ribbon to do this particular layout with ribbon, just so that you can make it look the way that you want it to look. Then I'm going to come in with dimensionals. Maybe. Here we go. And we're going to put dimensionals on the back side of this. And I know I always tell you guys to straddle the ribbon. This time you actually are going to put it on top of the ribbon. Right. All right. For those of you that don't know, Susie is a team member of mine, and her niche is, she finds ways to use, like, seriously, like this piece that I cut out, which I will probably even do this, but because it's so pretty, she finds ways to add those types of things to cards so that she has very little waste in her studio. So now we're just going to come in and we're going to just set that down. And then you just can kind of give it a look and, you know, see, like, I think I need to kind of trim this back a little bit here. And let me look at this one, maybe just a little bit on this side there as well. All right. And for the inside, I'm going to add a few things here, but on the inside, nope. Where's the other one? Nope. Yes. It's like, nope, nope, yes. So one of the other sentiments in this, it has with sympathy, and then with this one, it says, my heart goes out to yours. So I'm really liking this sentiment, the Unbounded Love. Not to mention it's got all these beautiful dies, label dies to cut out. Okay, so that's my heart goes out to you is going to go in on the inside. All right. Well, I'm glad you appreciate us both, Shanine. That's what's nice when you have the opportunity to attend more than one class, because then you get different perspectives. So that's always a good thing. All right. So this is going to go on the inside. All right, and then I'm going to come in with our iridescent pearl basic jewels, and I'm just going to grab 3 of these little jewels, and we're just going to stick them on that sentiment label. And then there you have a sympathy card. What do you guys think? Now this did take a little bit longer because of all the stamping, but I do think it's really pretty and very heartfelt. With sympathy, my heart goes out to you. All right, our last card. We're bringing in some of the big guns. One more card and then we're done. Okay, so for this last card, I'm bringing in some embossing folders, and then I'm going to show you a really cute way to stamp and then cut out what you've stamped. And add it as like an extra element on. So for this one, you have, if you guys got your kit, because you made a purchase with me, you have your kit, right? Oh, I'm so glad you like that card, Shanine. You should have 2 4x5 1/4. You should have one that's 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then you should have this one that is 2 by 3. So we're going to work with this one first. We are going to go over, actually we're going to do both of these at the same time because we're going to be die cutting and embossing. And so I'm pulling that same label that I used on that second card, and we're going to run that through the die cut machine. Let me switch you guys over so you can see what I'm doing. So that's going to run through the die cut machine. I can't wait for you guys to see this card. This card's pretty cool. Okay, let me just put that back over on my desk, and I'm putting my die back where it goes so I don't lose it. Okay, so now we're going to do 3D embossing. So for 3D embossing, you do not need either of your plate 3s or your plate 2. You just need your number 1 plate, and you need the number 4 plate, and you need the paper and the embossing folder. So this is the new Eyelet 3D folder, and I think it comes, I think it's in the Country Wood suite. It's part of what you get when you order that suite. But again, just remember guys, you can order everything separately in suites. And like I said at the beginning of this, if it's showing you that it is the suite is unavailable, it's usually just one or 2 items in the suite, but a lot of the stuff you can still purchase. Okay, let's get back over here. Okay, look how pretty that is. More oohs and ahs. Isn't that a pretty embossing folder? Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I am going to bring in my trimmer and I am going to cut this. We're going to cut 3 strips that are, is it 1.5? No, now I forgot. It's 1.5. Okay. We're going to cut 3 1.5-inch strips. Maybe. And we're going to have a little bit left over, which you guys will all be surprised to hear. I will not throw this piece away because it's embossed and I know I can find a place for that. So, good on me, right? Alrighty, so here we go. So now we're going to come and we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and adhere these to the front of this so they have a little bit of time to dry, because I am going to be using liquid glue. Let me find which one has the most glue in it. But that doesn't always mean it's the one that's going to work. I know, isn't that a pretty embossing folder? I absolutely agree, Shanine. Oh, my liquid glue's been driving me crazy lately. I think that it's the full one, and then I start to use it, and see, now this one's not working. All right, you guys. Whoa, that was way too much. So I'm going to kind of spread that out. Okay, so what you're going to do with these, sorry, I'm trying to get the glue off my fingers. I hate glue on my fingers. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we are going to kind of figure our margin as if this was kind of a 3 3/4. So I'm looking left, right, and bottom. And guys, bear with me if I don't get this straight. I told you guys at the beginning of this that my allergies are horrible today. And I literally cannot see. Everything is completely blurry for me right now. So if this does not come out straight, just, you guys can laugh at me. Because I literally lining up stuff right now is really hard. So then again, I want to leave a pretty good space and get my left and right margins down. And then we're going to come in with our last one. And again, we're just going to left, right, and top margins. Oh, is it straight? Did I get it straight? I seriously can't tell if it's straight. I think it is, so I'm happy. So I'm going to push this off to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp my happy birthday, because I'm doing that in black Memento ink, and I'm going to be doing some other things in that as well. So I want to go ahead and get that stamped. I need to re-ink my black Memento inks. They've been used a lot lately. I need to re-ink them. Okay, so that I can sit to the side. Okay, so now what I want to do is I wanted to put a flower element on here, but the dies cut out the flowers separately, and that's not what I wanted. So I'm creating my own. So again, these are 2-step stamps, right? So I'm going to be using these 2, and I'm going to be using these 2 for the leaves. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be designing in this lower corner and this upper corner. So I'm going to come in with my detailed black, and I'm going to stamp this off over here. And then I'm just going to kind of build my little flower garden here by kind of turning this stamp so that it kind of does what I want it to do. And then like up here, I want to bring this in like right there. Okay, so I've got my 3 flowers. Now I'm going to turn this around and do the same thing at the top. So I'm going to come in, and I'm trying very hard to make these fit without like stamping over the top of each other. Let's see. Do I want to do this one more this way? Let's see. What do I want to do? We'll keep them kind of the same. Okay, so there's those. Now, I'm going to leave that open, clean this one off. Now I'm going to come in with Petunia Pop, and I'm going to put the solid image, or the second step stamp. And again, remember what I told you is always kind of find one petal that you can recognize every time that you're doing this. And then it just makes this so much easier. Again, this is not meant to completely cover that. Oh, this one's going to be hard because I don't have, oh, there it is. It's like, I see you, I see you. I talk to my stamps all the time. I don't know about you guys. But I literally talk to my stamps. Okay, so we're going to have that there. All right, where did it go? There it is. So all of you guys, you're going to find, like, for me, I'm looking for this little petal right here. That one. Here, let me use my take your pick tool. It's that one. That's the one I'm looking for. But sometimes when I'm stamping, I'm not paying attention, and I end up not getting it on the the sheet. And so then I have to line it up with a different petal. And you'll notice me moving my block because I only set one side down. So I get that petal in place, and then it lets me kind of adjust with these. Okay, there's our flowers. Now we're going to do the leaves. So this is just a really fun way to kind of create your own element to put onto a card. Alrighty, so now I'm going, and I might have to do some, I don't think I'm going to have to do any masking here, but if, let's say I had left an opening between these two flowers, I would need to come in with either some Post-it notes or masking tape to get the leaf in there. So now I'm going to do the leaf. And so this leaf is going to kind of, oh, I need that way darker. This leaf is going to lay right here. And then this leaf is going to come off this side, like so. All right. So there's those. Now let me get them on this side as well. And you can see I'm kind of just making my own little flower arrangement is what we're doing here. I'm going to close that up, clean this. Then I'm going to come in with the Shy Shamrock for the second stamp for the two-step stamping. All right, so again, I'm just going to get that together. This is the one that I have the hardest time lining up for some reason. Okay, so again, I'm just going to line it up, stamp it, line it up, stamp it. As you guys can see, those of you guys that come to my class, you can see that you take way too long to try to figure this out. I think that when you overthink two-step stamping, it makes it 10 times harder. It does for me anyway. I have to go fast with two-step stamping because I will start, if I overthink it, I start to lay it down and then I think I'm wrong and then yeah. And then it just becomes a big deal. Okay, so now that I've designed this, I'm gonna fussy cut this out because I want this to be an element that goes on my card. So I am just gonna come here and I am just going to cut around these outside edges. And you know, fussy cutting, for those of you that are new to stamping, what that means is that you are just leaving a small white border when you're stamping. And so I will kind of make it easier because I move my left hand when I'm doing this. And so when I get where the paper doesn't move very good, then I'll go ahead and cut it apart like I just did. Yeah, so I do most of my moving of the paper with my left hand, and I try not to do like a lot of like cuts, like cut. I'm just kind of closing my scissors, and then I'm kind of shifting them forward as I'm doing this. And so we'll come around this little edge here. I can't wait for you guys to see this on the card. Okay, so here's this one. And here we go. So again, we're just doing fussy cutting. And I know I usually do a lot of this ahead of time so that my videos are like 30, 45 minutes. But like I said, I've had somebody reach out to me to say they'd like to learn how to stamp. And so, and now that I just started recently doing the, where if you spend the 40, you get the card kits. And so I want to make sure that I am doing a good job for those that get the card kits, that they are able to follow along with me. And I know I'm going fast. You will have to probably slow it down. But I just want to make sure that I'm doing all of the steps for you. And I'm not leaving any of the steps out, because then that could be confusing. Although you are going to get, the PDF that goes with it. Okay, ready? Oh, wait, I forgot to do this one. Sorry, my bad. So this one we're just going to do really quick. We're just going to do one flower, one leaf down here. I always forget to do the inside of the card. Okay, so flower. And then while I've got the black out, I'm going to go ahead and do the leaf. And so we're just going to come like right there with the leaf. I need to start like thinking about that when I'm teaching these classes with you guys, is literally doing all of the stamping together. All right, so let's bring in the petunia pop for the flower. Oh, shoot. So I touched it, bad on me. So now I got to put another flower down here. You can always fix mistakes, guys. We'll just put another flower. Nana, right? Mr. Ink trying to get on my hand and mess me up tonight. Yeah, I talk to my ink too. I have conversations with all of my product, especially when it gets all over me and I make a mess of it. Okay, so let's come in with this. Get that lined up. Stamp. Come in here. Line that one up. Stamp. And then we're just going to come in with the Shy Shamrock and get those leaves. And then I'm going to be putting this card together. Yay! Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I've gone a little bit over tonight. Where's my... Oh, here they are. Couldn't find my leaves. All right. All right, there we go. I really like I don't know about you guys, but I really like the Shy Shamrock and the Petunia Pop together. I think they're so pretty together. Okay, so happy birthday. And then I think I have this one that says, may all your wishes come true for the inside of the card. Then we're going to finish up the front of the card and we're going to be done with this last card. So again, if I went super fast, if you guys were trying to go along with me, just reach out to me later if you have any questions. But again, if you already have the kits, you should have the PDF with it as well, so that you're able to both follow along here and look at your PDFs. All right, so here we go. All right, let's put this on the inside, and then we're going to do the front. I'm so excited. So excited. Because like I said, I love this die. I love the stamps in the die set, but it cut out. I was going to have to stamp all the flowers and then cut them out and then try to build them. Like in a flower arrangement, I've seen a bunch of cards with it done that way, and it's beautiful, but I just wanted to make this a little simpler. All right. So now, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm so excited about this. Now I'm just going to take my liquid glue and I'm basically just going to stick this in the corner over here, making sure that, oh guys, I really can't see edges tonight. So that's going to pop down like that. This one's going to go in that top corner. I just love the look of this because I wanted this to be embossed, but I didn't want to emboss these flowers. So yeah, it was a whole like argument within myself here. So that's going to go like that. You guys probably aren't as excited as I am. All right, then I'm going to put this last label on here. And it's just going to kind of stick right there in the middle. And it can kind of go underneath that if it needs to. And then we're going to come in with our dots, our resin dots, and we're going to use the Shy Shamrock resin dots. And I am just going to stick one up here. Let's see, right there. I'm going to take the big one and put it on the label. And then I'm going to take the little one and kind of stick it right here. But then I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. That's right. It's Wink of Stella time. Again, for those of you that are new, Wink of Stella, what this does is it allows me to brush onto these flowers, and it leaves basically it's kind of like a glitter paint, but it dries super fast. But it just adds an extra little oomph to these flowers. I didn't do the leaves, I just did the flowers. And I'll see if I can get it up close to you so you can kind of see the effect for those of you that are new to Wink of Stella. So can you guys see it? Sorry, excuse my family, they're being kind of loud. But there's my Wink of Stella. What do you guys think, man? Did you like the cards tonight? So let me bring them all back in. So, there we go. Woo! Okay, and like I said, those of you that were in my class, you did these two, but these two are new. And again, just as a reminder to all of you, you know, those of you that have come to my class, you've already done my class. Some of you are my team, that's fine. But anytime that I am doing my lives from this point forward, when I'm doing the craft alongs, those are ones that if you do place a $40 order with me, you will get the kits to make all of the cards that I'm showing you. I am going to go over a couple more things really quick because I do have a class to go coming up. This is completely different than the craft along. This is a class to go. And what this is you're going to get a little goodie bag that's got like $27 worth of product. But it's all going to be based on making, we are focusing on masculine cards, and you're going to get $27 worth of product. You're going to get the pre-cut card kits with all the pieces cut for you. You're going to get the free PDF tutorial. You're also going to get a link to go to a recorded video, even though I am going to be live doing these cards on June 12th, and then it's free shipping for you. So anyway, this one has to be a pre-order. So you guys, if this is something that you think you might be interested in, please reach out to me so that I can send you the registration link, because you do need to register ahead of time, and you only have until May 27th to get registered for this so that I can get all the kits put together and get everything shipped out to you before June 12th. So, but this is also going to be kind of we're going to put it all together, but you get to sit at home in your pajamas or whatever it is you sit in when you're crafting, whatever it is you're in when you're crafting. And then especially for those of you that aren't in this area, these are going to be great because I'm going to be doing these. I will be doing class to goes once a month, and then I will be doing the craft alongs, And I'm starting a new beginners class as well, but those are going to be more like the craft along, where if you got to place an order and then you get it all for free. This one, you are placing the order and you are getting a lot more goes into what you're going to be getting than like if you were to do this one for tonight. So anyway, guys, just wanted to kind of explain what was going on. And as usual, thank you for being with me. An hour and a half, I'm going to have to do easier designs. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed these cards tonight. I hope you, especially this one, man, it is like my super favorite card because, wow, I was able to create my own stuff to go on it. And I don't even know where my camera is. Look at this. I'm so good at this. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this, and I hope I gave you some really cool ideas. Great, Janet, some great ideas for sympathy and wedding cards. No joke, right? This is a great suite for that. And then I just wanted to show you how you can change up the colors. You don't have to go with, you know, all of the in colors if you want more subtle colors to go with. So anyway, guys, thank you. I appreciate your time, and I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see most of you next week, and I think it's going to be my